All right, good morning. I think you'll see this in the morning. I'm actually making this at 2 p.m. on a Friday. But today's amazingly affordable dinner is going to be creamy bacon pasta with homemade garlic bread. And all I've got here is some like 2% milk, I think is what this is. I got it from the food pantry. I've got my Parmesan cheese, which I think actually expires tomorrow. But I think it's a best by date. So there you have it. This sat at CVS for a year before I bought it. Yep. I've got a little bit of butter right here. Actually, this is margarine. I got it from the food pantry. This is some homemade bread that I made using food pantry ingredients I got from the food pantry. And I have some spaghetti that I got from the food pantry. And this is what I'm going to use to make my creamy bacon pasta. Well, wait a minute. I need to show you one more thing. The bacon. And this is that same bacon that I bought way back when it was like $4 a pound if you bought 3 pounds of it. This is how much of it I have left. So let's get started. I'm going to put this back in the freezer. Oh, I need to show you one more thing. I'm not used to getting all my stuff out at once. This olive oil that I got from the local market. So let's spin you around and we'll put the pasta and the oil in the water first. So let's take a look. This is the water. It's been on for a minute. I'm going to put some pasta and oil in this water, and the first thing I'm going to do is cook this pasta. And somebody said my stove was being annoying, so I covered up the blinky thing. When I rewatched the video, I actually agreed with that the blinking thing was very clear. There was nothing in front of it. Usually that thing right there is in front of it, and it wasn't. So the oil helps add flavor, and it keeps the noodles from sticking to each other. Once you put the oil in, you need some spaghetti. And this is regular spaghetti. I got it from the food pantry. I don't know how much this is at the grocery store because I really haven't bought spaghetti in a very long time. So we'll put some spaghetti in here. It's probably $3 or $4 if you were to buy this size spaghetti at the grocery store. But I'm telling you, if you're going to the food pantry, all the spaghetti you want is probably free. So here we go. Here's my pasta and olive oil in water, and I'm going to let that cook. It's going to be the first thing I do. You can also put salt in this water, but since this is a bacon, it's going to be a bacon cheesy creamy pasta. I'm not putting any salt in that water because honestly, when it's all said and done, the bacon is all the salt you're ever going to need. All right, so all I have to do is wait for that to cook, and I'll be back. So the pasta did not take long at all to cook, and I'm just going to put it in this bowl to sit here and wait while I do the rest of it. If I can get this pasta out of the pan, I think I'll drain the pan. Because the pasta's kind of being difficult, so and I want it all out of the pan because I need to do the bacon. So that's that. I need to rinse this out. So the problem with this bacon is that what's left is huge. It's huge, huge clumps of bacon. because it just didn't separate right. Like there's 3 clumps right here, and they're all frozen together. So it's going to be a challenge. But whatever I don't need, I can put in a snack sack, because bacon is actually one of those things that fit in a snack sack. So now I gotta wait for that bacon to melt so that I can separate it and fry it up. So here's my bacon as it cooks. The water's already evaporated. That kind of sucks. And there's more bacon in here than what I need, but that's probably going to work to my advantage because I need the bacon grease to make the cheesy cream sauce. So this is going to be very interesting. I am slowly but surely getting there with the bacon. Look at that bacon sizzle. Smells delicious. The bacon is still cooking, but it's getting there. A few pieces are done and in the bowl. All right, the bacon is finally done. So I need to get a fork, yet another one. So I need to put some margarine in the skillet. If I had butter, I would use butter. If you have butter, use butter. But all I have is margarine for myself, so that's what I'm going to do. And the goal is to move this butter around and get all this bacon stuff off the bottom of the skillet. Oh, and one thing I forgot to show you was the flour. If you look up this recipe online, a lot of these recipes are going to say, use heavy cream. Well, I don't know about you, but I can't afford heavy cream. The heavy cream at my local grocery store, which is the only place that has it, is $10 for, I think it's 32 ounces. And I'm not going to buy it. In fact, heavy cream is so expensive that you could probably buy it as a Christmas present, put it in a cooler with some gel packs, wrap it up, and give it to your relatives, and they'd probably be thrilled to have some heavy cream. It's that freaking expensive. And this isn't a recipe where it must be heavy cream. It doesn't have to be heavy cream. Milk and flour will do it just fine. And I'm gonna put some spices in here. Some onion powder. Garlic powder. Where's my paprika? I'll put some paprika in here. And if you like oregano, and I can put some thyme in here. Not too much. And if you like oregano and some of the other Italian spices, you can put those in there. But I hate oregano. Cannot stand it. Put some pepper in here too, I think. If I can find it. Yeah. You know, but just put the spices you like in your sauce. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of milk in. I'm going to show you what it looks like right after I pour the milk in it. It just looks right like that, and I'm going to stir it up until it smooths out. And the flour will expand as it gets, you know, more and more milk. And also, as you do this, it will scrape the bacon bits off the bottom of the pan. So don't wash your pan. You want the bacon bits that are on the bottom. Once I get a little bit of milk in here and get this kind of creamy instead of clumpy, I'll add the cheese. And if you have, you know, the ability to purchase fresh Parmesan and that reggie stuff, you know, go ahead and buy a brick and, you know, grate it yourself, or buy the fresh grated stuff at your grocery store if you've got the money to do it. You know, you can certainly upgrade this with butter and heavy cream and fresh grated cheeses. But, you know, that's not what we're doing. Or at least not what I'm doing. I'm bringing you creamy bacon pasta that is affordable and still delicious. So here's my grated Parmesan cheese. I've been playing with this for about a week, and I'm going to put some in here. Like I said, this gravy that I'm making, it's a good base for everything. So I'm just going to put some of this in here. And I don't really care how much I use. You know, I don't know. This is probably about a 1/4 cup. And then I'm going to mix it up. I guess I should show you what I'm doing. I'm losing the light. So there's my Parmesan cheese in with my flour and milk. It's still pretty thick. And I'm just going to keep stirring it and adding milk and stirring it and adding milk. And I add the milk slowly because I don't want it to clump. So I'm going to add a little bit of this bacon, and whatever bacon I don't use, I'm going to put in a snack sack. I think that's plenty of bacon. The rest of it can go in a little snack sack. And the reason I can do this is because I have plenty of milk this week. Last week they had the 3/4 gallons of milk, and this week it's another 3/4 gallon of milk. So I've got plenty of milk for my coffee and for a few extra things like this pasta. I'll show you what it looks like. Starting to look pretty good. Add a little bit more of this cheese. And a little more milk. Okay, I think that'll do it. I'll stir this around. Then I'm going to add the pasta back into it. So, all right, now it's time to add the pasta. And this is just regular spaghetti noodles. If I wanted to, I could have used homemade egg noodles or any kind of pasta. I think most of the recipes call for either like macaroni or bow tie pasta. But I happen to have an absolute abundance of spaghetti noodles, so that's what I'm using. And this will probably feed me for a couple of days. Boy, oh boy. Show you what it looks like right there. Just letting it simmer and heat up, and it should be done in about another 10-15 minutes. And in case you're wondering what a snack sack is, there it is. This is what I put my leftover bacon in, and it's cooked up so that next time I make breakfast, I don't have to cook any bacon. Now, while I'm waiting on my sauce to thicken up, I'm going to make some homemade garlic bread. Now, I happen to have a little bit of my homemade bread left, but if you've got any kind of bread, even sliced white bread, you can do this. Okay, it doesn't have to be that expensive stuff out of the freezer section or anything like that. You can certainly make your own garlic bread. And there's one piece, and I'll just cut this back off. And that's done. And I will get my little bag of heels, and I will put this heel in the bag. Maybe I will have enough to make stuffing by Christmas. Alright, so, and once again, all I have is this margarine. So that's what I'm going to use. If you have butter, use butter. There was a little bit of bacon on my butter. Oh no, oh no! I hate when that happens. I hate when food wastes like that. It's so frustrating. That 2 tablespoons could have coated both of these breads. I'm just lucky that wasn't my last bit of it. I might have to get some more at Dollar General tomorrow because I'm going through this stuff way too fast. And I don't know what it is. It's just, maybe it's not truly a pound. That wouldn't surprise me. So let's try this again. And this is going to be much, much harder than what was already softening on the table. So that sucks. This goes in the toaster oven. That's cooking. I'm going to turn this heat up. So I'm letting this boil for just a minute because once I turn the heat off, it'll thicken up really nicely. Alright, that's all we need there. And as that cools, it will thicken up very, very nicely. Alright, so I have gone ahead and just toasted the bread with just the margarine on it. Now I'm going to add the spices. So I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of onion powder. You'll find that the onion powder brings out the garlic flavor. Then I'm going to put a little bit of this cheese on here. And I'm going to toast it again for another 5 minutes or so. Boy, I really wish you could smell this sauce. It smells absolutely amazing. And it's really thickened up too. Let's take a look at this. There it is. It has really thickened up nicely. It's that bacon, you know, creamy sauce. So I want to put some of this in a bowl. I think my cheese is popping. It is, just a little bit. All right. And I can put a little more of this cheese on top. And let's take a look and see what that looks like. Oh man, that looks pretty good. Wonder what it tastes like. It's probably too hot to eat, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Oh man, that's good. Oh man, that's good. Folks, this will be the cheapest gourmet meal you've ever had in your life. That's amazing. That's amazing. And if you had to buy all this on your own, you could probably get a little bag of flour for under $2. You can get some spaghetti for right around $1. It's like $1, $1.50 for spaghetti. Milk, the milk that the food pantry gives me is $3 for 3/4 of a gallon. I used to buy it all the time. That's how I know. The margarine I use is about $1.70. Spices, you've probably got them in your spice rack. The most expensive thing that you're going to use probably is going to be this cheese. Because this stuff is kind of expensive. You get about $5 for this cheese, $4 or $5 for this cheese. And you can put butter or margarine in your water. You don't have to have olive oil. So yeah, you could probably make this for, I don't know, $10 or $12. All right, my toast is done. I'm telling you, I bet you could feed your whole family this food for $15. I bet you could. And there is my toast. And my bowl of pasta. All right, folks, I'm going to sit down and enjoy this. You're going to have to trust me when I tell you it is excellent. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. And I will talk to you later.